This is another Nowhere Man-Child video. Here we're going to do an overview of Batman 66 Compendium. If you like what you see, we hope that you'll follow the channel, be a subscriber, like this video, and leave a comment below. So let's get into it. This came out from DC in 2025. Most of the stories are written by Jeff Parker. Covers are by Michael Allred and Laura Allred, with some art by Jonathan Case. There you can see the main cover, and there's the spine of Batman and Robin walking up the side. And here on the back, you can get a little overview that also shows what is collected inside. So the Batman 66 Compendium collects, for the first time ever, the Batman 66 series, issues 1 through 30. Also, Batman 66, The Lost Episode number 1. That features Two-Face, who did not appear in the TV show. Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77, issues 1 through 6. Batman 66 meets The Legend of the Superheroes, number 1. That's one issue, special. And then Batman A Go-Go, from an issue called Solo, number 7. So it doesn't include every single thing that Batman 66 was a part of, because Batman 66, as a series and his character, he also met the Man from U.N.C.L.E., also met Steed Peel, the other Avengers, and the Green Hornet and Archie. And so those are not shown here. There was a different hardback book that was done. This is just the compendium that collects this amount here. So the complete 1 through 30 series, plus these special other issues as well. This would retail full price at $59.99. You can go ahead and get it at your local comic book store, have them ordered if they don't have it there, or your other favorite local bookseller. Here we're going to take a look inside. Lots of love for the Batman 66, for the late 60s television show. If you were a fan, you were going to appreciate and love this if you haven't seen it before now. Jeff Parker is the main writer, but you can see other writers who also did stories within here. Pencilers, Jonathan Case, David Hahn. Other very notables here. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez is included there. Also Joel Jones, Ty Templeton. Some Bat names, and then other non-Bat names like John Bogdanove, who I know from Superman. A lot of very great pencilers and art inside. 3 inkers who did everything: Carl Kessel, Joe Prado, and Kelsey Shannon. Tony Avina and a number of colorists. Wes Abbott, the letterer. And again, Michael Allred and Laura Allred did the covers here. And they're the cover artists for this collection on the front. Batman created by Bob Kane with Bill Finger. And between all the issues, you will see the covers. So when an issue ends, you will see the cover before it starts the next issue. A number of people here, you can see where these initially began on digital. They were digital releases first, and then they came out in single issue form, before then being collected in volumes. There was 5 volumes of the 1 through 30 series. But you can see a number of the different villains here, pictured in the side, but also listed within the titles here. Different ones that were combined, too. So like in Emperor Penguin, you get Penguin and Mr. Freeze together. Here you get Liberace's character Chandel with his Chanteuse, which was Joan Collins' character, Siren. So not to give everything away, but you can see different titles here of who all appears, from Mad Hatter, Clock King, the Sandman. Here you actually have Eartha Kitt's Catwoman with Batgirl. And so The Fiend is False, with False Face, where he actually makes a reference to being a question mark, which is a reference to him not being credited, and it would being a mystery from when he first appeared in the first of the 2 episodes that he was in. The more that you appreciate Batman 66, and the more Batman in general that you know, the more that you may appreciate this here. Again, there's some of the images of this is the Archer, who was played by Art Carney in the 66 series. So this likeness may not have been allowed, and so they were actually able to do a different characterization here. So you can see the Bookworm. Whether or not he looks like Roddy McDowall, that's definitely the Bookworm. This may not look like Rudy Valley, but that is Lord Marmaduke Fogg. The Short Halloween, that is actually a reference to The Long Halloween, famous Batman series that was done by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, which is fabulous and fantastic, especially if you're into Batman noir and early years Batman stories. But this is about Batman 66, so here we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the art here coming up. But some of the characters that never appeared in the TV show. Like Lord Deathman was from the manga. And also you got Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Bane, Scarecrow, Two-Face, Killer Croc, Ra's al Ghul there on the left. And then also, of course, you get Wonder Woman 77. They did not be able to get Superman, George Reeves from the 50 series, combined with Batman 66. Maybe one day that could happen, but didn't quite in this case. This is the cover issue art for the first issue. The first issue actually had printing on the front, so you get the unadorned cover art throughout here. And then some alternate images that also fulfill here. But we'll go ahead and do a brief overview here. There you can see Alfred going down the bat poles. And different artists have different interpretations, so you're going to be able to appreciate and see different art that has reference that you may recognize, and some art that you might be a fan of more than others, and also see that, like, oh, that's directly from the TV show where it says Goon on his shirt. And yeah, it's going to make you a fan of some of these characters maybe more than you had been before. Maybe you were just from the TV show or didn't know the connection between Red Hood and the Joker, and there's a story that can give you some of that appreciation there. There's Egghead, who was played by Vincent Price on the original show. Mad Hatter, who was played by David Wayne. Clock King, who was Walter Slezak. Whole bunch of different characters in here, from Marsha, Queen of Diamonds, Sandman, Eartha Kitt, Catwoman, Julie Newmar, Catwoman, Bookworm, and there is the William Shakespeare bust that hides the button to get into the Batcave inside the Wayne Manor. Olga, Queen of Cossacks, False Face. Just going through. Even False Face right here. He's going to press the thing and it says Acme. It's just a nice little small touch that's there. That if you miss it, you miss it, but it doesn't take away anything from the art and from the storytelling. And there's just so much fun that's going on here. Alfred's cousin Egbert is in here. Zelda the Great. Shane, look at this different art. So fantastic to just see the different bits here. And so if you've not checked this out and you missed it the first time around, whether digitally or through the individual prints or through the collected volumes, I definitely recommend checking this out. Marsha, Queen of Diamonds, and her mother Hilda. Nice reference here of the original costuming for Batman and Robin, which it actually harkens to the early audition footage as well. And then just seeing different things that are within here. There's an Aunt Harriet. There's Dark Knight reference here. There is so much to love and appreciate within here. And I am someone who came of age Batman. By the time 1989 came out with the movie, I was a super fan. And I was watching the TV show. It was on the Family Channel at that time. And so I became a big fan of it and really loved it. I didn't see it as campy and too goofy. I thought it was so much fun. I loved the colors. I loved the casting. It was the first time that I saw a number of these actors and performers and characters, and just to be able to get into all that through the show, and then to get me to be a bigger Batman fan through that, I think is fantastic. There's people who don't appreciate it. They want Batman darker, and I think that that's understood, but Batman is one of those characters that can live in both worlds, and it's really fun to see stories and books like this that actually can merge the different ones. Ra's al Ghul is more of a darker Batman villain comparatively, but to be here in the in this world where the Adam West Batman, lives and breathes, it's just a lot of fun. It gives you an appreciation for Batman being sum total of so many parts of saying he's this way, he's that way. I like this better than I like that, and that's okay. Your Batman taste is your own style, and I hope that you find the Batman that you love in your life and can appreciate. But this Batman 66 collection, here's a question. How big is it? Some people say, well, I don't know if I like how big it is. It's hefty, but it's got glossy pages you could see and appreciate. Oh, even the page numbers I didn't show off there. But compared to what it was before, so if you didn't get the individual issues and you had the compilations they did 1 through 5, and then also Wonder Woman 77 had come out as well. And you can see here that it is the same size as the regular comic book issues, but it is only about as thick as 3 of those volumes. So this stack of 6 books is twice as big as this here. And you can see that there's a Bookworm checking it out, as well as the Riddler. And we've got some villains in the background. We've got to be careful there. One thing this book is not, it is not quite as big as these 3 books, which are the autobiographies of Adam West, Burt Ward, and Yvonne Craig. And you can see them back there in the background. The book is, however, the same size as 3 DVDs. So if you have Batman the Movie, Holy Batmania, the documentary collection, and Return to the Batcave, this book is that height and that size. And oh, more villains on the side over here. We are surrounded by all sides, but luckily we have the Cape Crusaders, and we have Alfred and Batgirl, and we have finished our overview of the book. So I hope you enjoyed this brief overview of Batman 66 Compendium. If you like what you saw, please give us a like, give us a follow, leave a comment and say what you enjoyed about this and what your favorite part was. Maybe your favorite villain, your favorite episodes from the old TV series. But until next time, this has been Nowhere Man Child. Take care of yourselves and each other.